You see, the specific relationship that this title Father deals with is that of children. If a man is a father, and don't get me wrong, fathers to beat, and he better have some children somewhere. Now, fathers can be, acting in local parenthesis or in place of another and substitute. That's a great thing. I'm glad we have men that are willing to do that. But there is a bind that is put upon a child by the father who sires that child. That is very important. It is recorded by scientists that the moment that an egg and a sperm joins together, that there is an imprint put upon it. And it's called DNA. There are instructions that are written to create this child. Guess where the instructions came from? Oh, rather I should say who the instructions came through. Because the source is God, but we are workers together with him, right? In this, and so the instructions came from God through the father and the mother. So there's a binding. I couldn't leave out my house without my daughter saying, "Where you going, David?" And she wasn't but 3. Well, I know where I'm going. Child, I run this. But I sure told her. And she said, "I want to go." And she run, grab hold to my leg, and I just dragged her on out the house with me. Basketball court, way up. Child grew up on the basketball court. Plays ball now. Football, she kind of tough. Doing the little beauty thing that, the spa day and stuff we had here, I think it was earlier this year, late last year. And she came here. And she got a massage, and they said, "Let me do your fingers." She's like, "Huh?" Need some help in that department. But she went everywhere with me. And there was nowhere that I went that she could not go. And I didn't have to ask her. And believe me, I disciplined her. I didn't have to do it too often. My eyeballs was usually enough. I'm from the old school.
That's right.
And we're going to talk about that in a minute, but that's another area. Where this thing's getting real messed up. This fatherly relationship. I had an incident, believe me, I'm going to be quite truthful with you. I told the judge that you may well put me in jail. But believe you me, if the situation happened again, I'll do the same thing. I want you to know that. Anyway, I'll stop digressing. But teach the children, you see. That's the cornerstone of this fatherly relationship. It has to do with children. Don't be trying to father your wife. She ain't headed nowhere. Lost your mind. I tried it for a little while, ended in divorce. I'm just kidding. He said, "What's something wrong with this?" I'm trying not to go deep like Marsha said. He was on the level. Amen. But yes, it's pointedly pointed at the children. Dads, that's what it's about. Amen? Now, as soon as I find my notes, where I put my notes? Lord have mercy. I can use without notes, but I just forget what I said. Amen. But this aspect, we're going to go to, we'll save that for later. Thank you, Lord. How's that? Yeah, okay. Now we're going to rock and roll in a minute. Yes, Lord. Now, listen to me, dads, and everybody else listen to this, because the points are applicable. One thing about mothers, there I go again, is that they are great reminders to fathers. Yeah. We don't keep calendars the same way they do. Amen. So they remind us. Amen. And that's a good thing. Don't be squashing this stuff. Leave it alone. Okay, check this out. Responsibility. The relationship is there. There's a functioning in the relationship because of responsibility. I'm only going to touch on a few of them. And then we're going to look at a little bit of checklist here, Dan. Amen? All right. One of the first responsibilities of a father is to be a provider. Oh yeah, amen. Amen. She said, yeah, bring home the bacon. Now, let me tell you this. Bar the aspect of today's culture and what is considered to be a man, because that changed in the eyes of people and culture and things. 75 years ago, all he had to do was go out and slay the dragon. Bring home big money, and he didn't have to sit down, converse. All he had to do was make a couple of grunts, eat, and go to bed. Because mama understood that he was out there, dying almost. They get the illustration of the caveman trying to get dinner, and believe you me, it could cost him his life. But if he brought back a piece of bone, oh, she was wonderful. Got a cave for her? It's great. A lot of times when we met these ladies, already got a cave. Got their own bone, too. And you try to figure out what you're supposed to do to be a man. Well, see, again, that's the problem. You're trying to be a man from the world standard. It changes. You must be a man from God's standard. Because God's word is eternal. He said, I am the Lord and I change not. So what he tells you about being a man will remain the same. Amen? All right. And he says to be a provider. When he created man, one of the first things he did with the man was place him in a place where he could work. So if he ain't got no job, tell him come back later.
That's right.
I'm serious.
That's right.
Don't get all tangled up and I'll put that rascal look.
That's right.
If he ain't got no job, somebody else making him look good.
That's right.
Right? He can't do it on his own if he ain't got no money. He can't provide for nothing, he ain't got no cash.
That's right.
Send him on his way. Tell him come back when you got a job. Boy.
All right.
Okay, provider. The father is charged with providing for the family. And in particular for the children. In particular. Because if you get to acting up, believe me, mama will find a way to provide for herself and the children. I know because that's what my mother did. My father was an animal. We'll talk about that later. Paul says that if a man will not provide for his own, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. That's a non-believer.
That's a word.
Amen. He told the Thessalonians that if a man would not work, neither should he eat. We can get a little deeper into that, but I'll just give you the cornerstone here. It is the responsibility of the father to provide food and shelter for the family, and in particular, the children. That's the relationship. Children can't go out and get anything for themselves. Amen? Yes. When we do that, it helps us too. See, God did that. He built this relationship into us. Man didn't build this father-children relationship. God did. Amen. And there is a inner need that's met when men do this. There's a satisfaction that's begotten by men when they provide for their children. I don't understand men. I know what the problem is. The problem is the enemy. The problem always is the enemy. Don't let it shake you and think into anything else. Don't think about it. you know, the person, the people, the flesh, none of that. The problem is always the enemy. The solution is how to get past that. So you can get the man straight. Amen? But there's an inner need that helps us and makes us feel complete when we do this. Amen? To know that our children are safe and satisfied, only then can we start instructing them. See, that's why we need to provide that type of human stuff, bodily stuff, fleshly stuff. Ain't nobody gonna listen to you when they're hungry and their stomach growling. You know, they're not. So provide. And we're talking about human needs, bodily needs first, then spiritual. With children, it has to be that way. And when we have our men's fellowship and all that stuff, you know, we're already grown. We can sit up and, well, some of us, and listen for 24 hours somebody talk about the good things of God. The meat of God. In other words, the will of God. Jesus said to them when he was down in Samaria, talking to that young lady at the well, and they came back and they said, you found something? He said, no. My meat, my substance is to do the will of him that sent me. Amen. Part of that will is to stabilize this relationship of father and children. And when you do that, you will find that towns are better. Nations are better. The world is better. But we got to start there. Amen? Amen. Now, how can you do this? Because it seems though we're always screwing it up. Yes, Lord. But apart from the new birth in Christ, the man can't really do this. You see, it's Christ in the heart that changes this aspect of provision or providing from work and wearisomeness to joy. Part of the process is that when we go out there to do this thing, is that many of us get so weary in it. We get beat up by the things that are out there. And then when we come in, we got nothing to give to the family, to the children in particular. And in most cases, they're not really seeing your weariness. They're not seeing your tiredness. They don't understand them things. You have to teach them this thing. But they're not going to pay attention to your teaching if you're grumpy. Always snapping. Can't do that. Snap outside the door first, then come in. Amen? Amen. In Matthew 11:28-30, Jesus says, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. In order to deal with those children, you must be resting in Christ. Yes. Amen. You have to be. Because children can tax you. Yes. Tell them, they can suck the life right out of you. If you don't care. Guess what? That's what they do. So you better have enough life in you so that you can continually give them life. So that eventually they'll have their own life. Amen? Amen. And apart from Christ, we have no life. He told the woman at the well, if you knew who was asking you. See, she thought he was just a Jew. That's you, right? She said, I know who you are. How did you ask me for a drink, right? I know your accent. I know you come from South Carolina, Jeffcoat. You're a peachy. You eat rice. He said, I know who you are. But she really didn't. Because then he put the question, if you knew what, you would ask me for a drink. And I would give you something that would well up in you and become a river of living water. A whole fountain of it. We have to have that in us to deal with our children. When I finally got back into a right dealing with my daughter, because I didn't understand how to deal with this thing called marriage and children and all that. That's a whole bunch of mess. Part of our problem is that we don't like to expose ourselves to that stuff, but you need to.
That's right. Tell the truth.
Get it out of there.
Go ahead. That's right.
Because the more you get out, the less you got to hide.
That's right. That's right.
And it was only after that I could get back. I'm telling you, it was tumultuous. Jesus Christ. Mount St. Helens and all that stuff. All up all over the place. But when God finally worked this thing out, she's 30 now. We go to lunch at least a couple of times a week. And our conversations are clear, precise, no limit.
That's right.
I told her from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Same applies for me. Only we just do it with some tact and respect. We were talking one day. She said to me, Daddy, you were a very good father. You taught me some good things, even cleaning. I go in her apartment and she's cleaning. I ain't never seen that at home. She said, Daddy, I tried, every time I wash dishes, I wipe down the counters and stuff just like you taught me, so that when time for the big cleaning, it's really not a big cleaning.
Right now.
But we were sitting at lunch one day, and she was talking, and I was asking her to examine me and say what it was that was most important that you didn't get. Ain't that a question?
Amen.
She said, Daddy, you provided great things for me, but one thing, if I could say this, I wish you had taught me more about relationships. That's what she's saying. I could hardly contain myself. The very thing that God meant for me, didn't do.
Yes.
Be careful with your children.
Yes.
You're not teaching them about relationships. Yeah.
Yes.
And my only answer to her was, honey, we can start now.
That's right.
That's all. Let's start now. Start now, right where you're at. Okay? Providing. Amen?
Amen.
All right, providing. Must be providers.